Should Christians bring their kids to watch the Barbie movie? Why even ask? I mean, she's just a harmless doll, right? Who cares if she was based on a sexually themed German-made gag gift named Bild Lilli, who began as a post-war lewd cartoon for men, similar to the comic art found in Playboy? Stay till the end of this video as we give you the backstory on Barbie and why you should think twice before taking your kiddies to see this social justice slop of a movie. In 1959, the first Barbie was made in the United States. She was marketed as a role model for little girls. In Barbie's first 1959 commercial, a little girl says, "One day I'm going to be exactly like you, beautiful Barbie."
Someday I'm gonna be exactly like you. Till then I know just what I'll do, Barbie.
Let's hope not exactly like Barbie, the prostitute part of beautiful Barbie, that is. Did anyone involved in this pink puff piece of a film even know about the adult cartoon that inspired Mattel's most famous doll? Today, the Barbie doll is one of the world's most well-known children's toys. In the Barbie movie, she's played by the lovely and talented Margot Robbie, who probably doesn't know of her doll character's sexualized history. And I bet plenty of Christian parents don't know either. Back in 1956, the co-founder of Mattel, Ruth Handler, and her daughter saw a 12-inch doll with a blonde ponytail in the window of a Swiss shop. The dolly was sitting on a rope swing. She had thick eyeliner, puckered lips, and a tight skirt. She was named Bild Lilli. She was a character made from a lewd cartoon in a downscaled German newspaper. In other words, she was a softcore pornographic image made into a doll. Men would hang the doll from their rearview mirrors. Sometimes they'd take the doll to bars where they'd lift up her skirt or pull down her pants as a joke for their drinking buddies. The Bild Lilli cartoon character and doll were designed to portray a gold digger, exhibitionist, floozy with the figure of a pin-up girl. In the comics, she was often dressed like a burlesque dancer or streetwalker, or what we call in today's lingo, an open-air sex worker. When the co-founder of Mattel Toys brought home over 20 Bild Lilli dolls from Europe in 1956, the most popular dolls in the United States were baby dolls and dolls like Raggedy Ann, who all looked like children. She had found an alternative, but a very adult alternative. The opening scene of our present-day Barbie movie shows little girls violently smashing their baby dolls in protest to being limited to dolls that resemble children. Wait, isn't smashing and mutilating dolls a warning sign of a sociopath? The narration describes how being a mother was the only role promoted to little girls back then via their toys. Suddenly, as the orchestra swells with the opening music from 2001: A Space Odyssey, the statuesque Barbie arrives wearing her signature black and white striped one-piece swimsuit. She winks at the mesmerized little girls. It's not a stretch to say the scene of the smashed-up baby dolls strongly suggests that being a mother should not be a major desire or dream for young girls. Margot Robbie in her Barbie costume playing Handler's handiwork shows up just in time to present the gold-digging German bimbo as a more desirable alternative to the boring baby dolls of old. The grateful kiddies worship her like the idol she was created to be. The Barbie movie is a very pink, comical satire about Mattel's most iconic doll. The plot of the movie starts after Barbie has some uncharacteristic depressing thoughts. She magically connects her maudlin mood to whoever is playing with her in the real world. Barbie then travels to the real world, our world, to try and locate her owner in Los Angeles. The idea is that Barbie's happy personality should cheer her owner up and solve Barbie's sour mood problems. Thanks mostly to Ryan Gosling's portrayal of Ken, the Barbie movie has some clever fun with the doll world and its Barbie accessories. One of the film's funnier moments is when Gosling's Ken explains to the other Ken dolls that a horse is the extension of a man. He says the symbol of patriarchy being a bad thing in this film, of course, is a man on a horse. That's actually quite funny and kinda accurate. I was secretly hoping G.I. Joe would show up and give the Kens a lesson in masculinity, but I digress. In the Barbie movie, there's definitely an adult, politically correct vibe. Are there feminist attacks on men? Yes. There are feminist attacks throughout the whole movie. Does the film take a giant Barbie crap on the idea of teaching girls to be mothers? Yes, and it smells like plastic. The Barbie movie stays true to its Marxist feminist theme as it launches a full-on anti-capitalist attack on commerce, capitalism, and consumer culture. Funny, since the Barbie brand has made $1.5 billion for Mattel since 1959. Is the movie a total loss? The Barbie movie's one of very few redeeming moments happens when one of the two strong mother characters says to her daughter that it's okay to want to be a mother. Thanks for the crumb, movie. But we promise to tell you if the Barbie movie is anti-Christian. Is it anti-Christian to say that women and men should be independent, totally self-determining beings who fight the patriarchy together? Well, yeah, because it implies that the biblical system of the family is something not only to be resisted, but to be eliminated almost entirely. The family structure taught by the Holy Bible is established by God in chapters 1 and 2 of Genesis and confirmed by our Lord Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son of God, in Matthew chapter 19 verses 1 through 12, where man and woman are created by God to be together. In the film, Margot Robbie's character in Barbie Land calls herself stereotypical Barbie because she's based on the original pattern of the doll created by Mattel in 1959. Standing on tiptoes and fashionably dressed, Barbie wants nothing really to do with Ken, who loves her, and at the end, she tells him not to be dependent on any one person or any one thing, but simply just be himself. So much for the interdependence and love of each other found in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. We get another crumb at the movie's ending as the strong mother character gives a feminist speech about all the trials girls and women have to endure from men and society, but then says that girls can grow up to be career women with children, a career woman without any children, or just be a mother. At least this movie's brand of feminism gives little girls the option. Ken has a homosexual moment when they show how proud of himself he is when two gay men are clearly attracted to his handsome looks in the real world. There's some violence in the film, such as fighting between the Ken characters in the movie. There's a scene when Barbie punches a man in the real world when he slaps her rear end. The Ken characters go to war with rubber-tipped arrows. Christian parents don't have to worry about any overt sex scenes, except for innuendos about self-pleasuring when stereotypical Ken and Asian Ken get into an argument and challenge each other repeatedly to beat you off. They joke about Barbie and Ken dolls not having genitalia and not being anatomically correct. Nothing too graphic. There appears to be a trans Barbie played by a male actor dressed as a red-headed female Barbie. Nothing is said about it, though. What is Christian Truth's final verdict on whether the Barbie movie is safe for Christians? We conclude that Barbie is woke, feminist, godless, and mostly anti-family. We know Barbie's all about growing up to be the president or an astronaut or a doctor, and okay, so those are nice career aspirations. But let's also encourage our little girls to believe they can grow up and become a wife, mother, grandmother, and even godmother. But to be a godmother, that would mean having God in Barbie Land. Sorry, but there's no room for God in this weird, woke wonderland.